things are like Final Destination. You hit one thing, and then four other things fall over, and it's like, God, just okay. Anyway, so I watched the New Mutants the other day, and if I get fucking corona because of this, I swear I'm gonna get like so pissed. Just burn me alive. So the New Mutants, which is in an association with Marvel, and because I think X-Men is still owned by Fox. There we go, getting it. But so anyway, it's in association with Marvel, so it's not run by Marvel. Like, it's not good. It's not good. So, you know how like Marvel like has found, indie directors, like Taika Waititi and Ryan Coogler and stuff to like direct their things and make them fucking amazing and stuff. But here they got the guy who directed The Fault in Our Stars, and like, I don't know what makes you think you can do a superhero movie, Like, at least, geez, at least when they got the guy who did the Annabelle movie, who did Shazam, it's like, yeah, it's harder to do a horror film than it is to do like a YA love everyone has cancer movie, you know. But anyway, so this didn't even feel like an X-Men movie. This felt like bootleg superhero, that this felt like, in the beginning when there was like that huge influx of superhero films in like the early 2000s when X-Men did well. And even like Kevin Smith made that joke. They're like, oh, all the studios are buying, up properties. So, Miramax, got Blunt Man and Chronic. It's like that, like, it's like someone was like, oh, okay, we're not, it's either they weren't able to get the rights to like a certain property to make a superhero movie, or they got like a super indie property that was also trying to be like the mainstream ones. Anyway, this didn't feel like X-Men. They used the word mutants a lot, There were people with powers, but they were just kind of like, it just kind of felt kind of dumb, because one dude was practically the Human Torch, you know? Um, yeah, I'm like, I don't even know what to say. What's Anya Taylor-Joy had a sock puppet, Maisie Williams can turn into a wolf, and it's like, really? This is like bottom of the barrel, like, hold on, let me just get in this bag here. What other powers can people have? Twilight Wolf. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this this movie, it takes place in like a mental hospital, and the idea of, okay, these are new mutants, of course, because we know of the existing ones that are on the good or bad side, da da da. We want to study the new ones. So obviously everyone's very young, because, it's been well established that the powers, your mutation stuff happens during puberty, da da da. So you have a bunch of young people, they're going to study them in a mental hospital, whatever. And the idea of this movie seems great. It's like, cool, you're studying these kids, it's kind of like how First Class was, but instead of just finding these kids and like just creating a team, it's like we're gonna study them and like see what makes them tick, and maybe if we can get them to control their powers, or we will control their powers for evil, of course, that kind of stuff. Okay, good idea. But just execute it just kind of don't, because it's like, you know, like in Deadpool when he was like, oh man, this whole, like Charles Xavier school, and there's always just two mutants. It's like we can't afford any. It's like, it felt like that, where it's like you talk about a thing, it's like, hey, remember that thing that happened there, but we can't turn the camera over there because we can't afford that, It felt very much like this. And so anyway, they're in the mental hospital, and everyone seems to kind of like get along with the new girl pretty well, except for Anya Taylor-Joy's character is just horrifically racist because the new girl is indigenous Native American, and she calls her like Pocahontas, and just, ooh, like she said things, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot blatantly racist characters like this, like, I thought that kind of stopped around like 2013 when they were still like saying the R word and the F word, so like the F slur, so so rampantly. Like that's fine. Um, anyway, yeah. Um, so there was that, but then in the end we have to work as a team, kind of shit. Sure. So yeah, so it was a lot of that. Then the main doctor lady, who was like the detective lady in Altered Carbon and all a bunch of other things, she's super studying the new girl, and then like at one point is trying to like euthanize her, and it's like, okay, it's like she's new. It doesn't seem like you've tried to do that with anyone else, but like, what about her is so special? Because that's always the case. Anyway, what did I say? God, I texted my friends after I got out, and I just, what did I say? I'm trying to remember, because it's just, it's only been like a day, and I'm already forgetting the movie, so that says a lot. Yeah, I said it started off a good idea. Oh yeah, I said like they saw dark and serious comic movies and wanted to make their own. Let's see. Oh yeah, so in the midst of trying to control them, there's like weird, like the kids end up having like weird hallucinations and stuff. Because why not, right? Like just whatever. Um, so things happen. Like there's obviously the montage of all of them getting along and having fun, and just and then stuff happened, and then like whatever, and then the main doctor lady also has powers. Again, no surprise. Final boss is a large bear. Masami's like, she's like giant polar bear from Lost. I was like, yes. I said with glowing red eyes. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's just, it's not good, and it's just kind of like they probably should not have released this in theaters. They probably should have put this on Hulu, because wasn't there like that, like The Runaways or something, which was also, I didn't watch that, which was also based on like mutants and stuff. I feel like they probably should have done that. Put it on a streaming service, like a lot of these things where I get why Nolan wanted to put Tenet in theaters, because how his films are, it's best to see in theaters. I get that. So I wasn't even mad. I was just kind of like, I need to make sure there's a theater open near me to see Tenet. This was like, I like, I was like, well, this has been out as long as Tenet has been out, and, like, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's just, it's dumb. Like, everyone's character is so, like, one-dimensional, because Anya Taylor-Joy's character is just like, I am the Eastern European girl where my accent comes in and out every so often. Maisie Williams is, like, Irish and super religious, and she has, like, a W branded on her back, which I thought that meant for whore, but it really meant for witch. But part of me is like, does that also mean wolf? Because she turns into a wolf. Then John Connor. Sorry, he looks like fucking, what's his name? What's his face? The son. I think Jonathan, whatever, the guy from Stranger Things, the son. He plays a Southern with this accent, because anyone British who plays a Southerner always goes with this accent, because this is what Southerners sound. I mean, some get to that, but like, bro. He's got his trucker hat on, he's southern, he wears his flannel, and he's like, hey everyone, just stop, like that's, don't do that. Then there's like another guy who that's the Human Torch guy. Did I name everyone? Because also while I'm watching it, I kept thinking there was like another person, but then that was it. Am I? Is this, no, wait, shit, did I click on the wrong thing? No, I clicked on the wrong movie. Oh, fuck. Oh, no, there it is. What? No, I was right. Yeah, I kept thinking there was like another person. I kept thinking there was 3 guys, but no, it's the 3 girls and then the 2 guys. But I kept thinking there was I was like, isn't there someone else? That's how much like I paid attention with this movie, where I kept thinking there was like a sixth person. But anyway, um, like I said, it's not good. It's just like, God. At least at least tickets are cheap. At least tickets are cheap. You know, you just gotta be in a hazmat suit watching this. Also, this movie was short. Whereas like, freaking, how long was this? 94 minutes. Yeah, because Tenet was like 2 hours and something. So didn't have to deal with so much stagnant air. No one else was in the theater because it's been so long, and by now everyone's like, no, I'm not gonna fucking go to the movies. Anyway, yeah, so that was, I was about to say that was Tenet. That was the New Mutants. Yeah, no, this is like definitely low tier in superhero movies. This is like the 2015 Fantastic Four with Michael Basketball Jordan. You know, like, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. I don't I don't know if they're good. Like, if you're gonna do more in the X-Men realm, I don't know, do better. You know? Do better. I don't know. Because they ended it so strong with Logan, with just seeing Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart just say goodbye to these characters. It was beautiful. Like, I teared up at that movie. And then you're like, here's a bunch of young kids. Which I get. The mutants usually are, they're supposed to be young, but I don't know, man. This felt so generic, This felt, like I said, just felt so basic. It felt so, like I said, bootleg superhero movie. It's